Hello, everyone. Welcome back to more chess. We're playing 1510 as white against Ethvoyant, I guess. Hot off the heels of my last undeserved victory. I'm excited to have another, hopefully. It seems unlikely that I'll get any other kind of victory. Haha, that's a joke. You're supposed to laugh. I'm making fun of myself. I'm playing a game with my dad tomorrow. Um, I haven't played against him in like 20 years or something. Probably a little less. No, 20 years might be right. But since I started playing chess on Lichess, I mentioned him, and he lives far away, and we don't necessarily have a ton of things to talk about most of the time. And I was like, hey, what if we just like played some chess? I know you used to be into that, and I've been playing recently. Could be a way to you know socialize together. So I'm not going to put it on YouTube or anything. I have no idea how it's going to go. We'll probably play unrated casual, no time controls if I had to guess. Let's just take more of the center, I guess. And I'm sure I'll have to like walk him through. I got him to make a Lichess account, but his vision problems are much worse than mine. And as he's getting older, he's having like motor problems too. So I'm sure it will be a choppy game. What is with all these pawn moves? Just get out some pieces like a normal person. Here? Just gets kicked away. Seems pretty bad. I guess they're trying to control the light squares pretty well. So I'd like to trade off my light square bishop. But I'm not sure actually. Not I can't do it immediately anyway, but it might be a goal to work towards. They want to control light squares. That's what they're prioritizing this game so far. Look at this. Monstrous push. Do I just let them? I don't think I want to trade. And I can't really maintain the pawn, so this is the move. This is sort of bizarre. I don't want to trade, just lets them, well, or this, I guess. I'm just going to put another piece out there. How wrong can that actually? This bishop should be pretty happy here one way or another, right? It's no longer very easy to challenge him. My opponent is greatly prioritizing pawn moves. Like, their knights are both sad. Their bishops could be happy, but I have this. This bishop is sad. They would love to trade light square bishops. They need their dark square bishop to not compensate, complement the pawns on light squares. They moved. Of course, a pawn move. Oops, sorry, I bumped the desk there. I'm sure that was very loud. A pawn move. I couldn't have expected that. Um, I I kind of want to go queenside and attack their weak king over here. I think I'd rather get out a knight than castle just at the moment. Really, I'd rather. It's not like I need the castle to get out of the line of fire. There's no fire coming anytime soon, so I can delay this decision and just keep playing. Everybody's favorite moves. These knight moves. These bishop moves. Um, these pawn moves. There's um, there's some like not saying exactly the like 7 golden moves in a game. You want these two. You want here, 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 and here, and then castles. And like, if you can make all 7 of those moves, you should be very happy. Check. Nothing can block. The king just has to move? Are you kidding me? Is this some sort of like meme challenge? Are you like, you never move pieces? I don't understand. A bishop here, like, can't necessarily be maintained, but it can really inconvenience the king. I think that's worth spending some tempo. I don't know, maybe it can be maintained. It's in a hole, right? King here. Okay, well, now kingside is starting to look better because it gets this rook into battle. And I guess they're going to try knight here to dislodge my bishop, maybe? But I'll defend with queen? Or maybe... Because I would love for this trade to happen and let my queen get into the action, I think. Maybe not. Anyway, we want to go over here. I don't want to allow this. Or, well, if they do that, I want to have some counterplay. Other than... I guess just, like, backing off with the bishop isn't horrible. I can do this later. I get the idea that they're trying to somehow trap my bishop in. But for now, I have this, don't I? Ah, I'm about to not have that. If they push the pawn, my bishop will have no escape route anymore, because this would be guarded by the rook. So I think I have to get out of here. But then they have knight here, right? Then I'll get my knight out of the way and queen defends. Okay. This must be an opening that they're used to. I just can't imagine someone inventing this on the fly. I think that it must be all about tempting me into checking their king and then, like, try to win the bishop. Maybe there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know. Actually, this is probably even better than this, isn't it? Because then the bishop really is very sad. Huh. Yeah. Well, but knight can't actually go there. Who's going to attack this bishop? Nobody, that's who. Right, I had this covered. So I just have to get the knight out of there, even if it goes here. The queen can't attack either. Unless she goes all the way down here? Is that the line? That's pretty amazing. Oh, you know what? That doesn't work because I have this. No, I guess then I could go here. But okay, I could at least trade my bishop up for this pawn. This is such a weird opening. I feel so certain they're going to play queen h4 next. And if they do, I don't think this is any good, right? Takes and takes, I just lose the queen. Yeah, queen h4. Look at that. I think we just trade in for this pawn. This is unbelievable. Or what if I went here? Knight there. Yeah. The check is just too tempting. Apparently it's wrong to make their king run away. This can't be a sound opening. I just like don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. I think I have to go here. Um, but don't I get the tempo of this play to attack the queen and then return? To this unassailable position? I mean, I'm making a home for their queen right here, but if she wants to live there, like, I think she's wrong. I think the queen has to retreat now. Oh, she's cooked! The only place she can run to is here. And she can't move. Then we just bring the knight over, right? It's going to take 3 moves, but the queen's got nowhere to go. So he can take all the time he wants. It gives my opponent some time to develop on the queen side. For example, this nominally pins the knight. But I would still move anyway. I would happily lose a rook in order to get this queen win. Queen 1, I guess. I wonder, like, what the point of this knight move was. Maybe they should have just let me trade my bishop for a knight if I wanted, and spent their tempo on something else. I think they were thinking that I might be unable to extricate the bishop. I was thinking that. But I realized that the queen is now out of bounds. Overextended. And honestly, you know, if they go bishop here, do I have any way to, like, not lose this rook while also doing all the cool stuff I want to do? Because if I could, that would be nice. I don't think I really do. Right? You can shove a pawn up here, takes, they're still in your face, and you've just like lost a knight for no reason. And there's not really any other way to disrupt this. So I think that's their best follow-up. I hope that's their best follow-up because it looks winning for me. Maybe they'll find something I can't. But this piece is defended 3 times. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. I just have to make sure not to take with queen, obviously. I have to take with knight. And then they're going to trade the queen in for a knight, I guess? Better than just losing her for nothing. So they get a rook and a knight. I get a bishop and a queen. Obviously a desirable exchange for me. And that bishop is still pretty untouchable. My bishop on f7. I'm trying to get into the hang of, like, I don't know, where possible. What do I retake with? Queen? Yeah, that would be an improvement for her, I think. I don't need to watch this pawn. I'm trying to get in the hang of, like, talking about squares when I can, just so I, like, don't have to rely so much on, pointing, clicking, and so on. Sound like a real chess player, right? Talk about knight f3 and so on. I'll do it very little, I suspect, because I'm still not super comfortable with it all. But, something to work on. I guess they don't have to do that, right? They could just leave the queen where she is and trade for this knight instead. I don't know which is better. But I think this knight is very happy, so maybe they should have made me actually take. Because now this is pretty cool, I think. I don't know. They just trade knights. Maybe I hang this guy around for a little while longer. Because I don't actually want to allow them to... Yeah. I don't want to allow, like, a rook over here. Well, if the rook... I guess the idea would be rook here, right? In which case, I need this square as my bishop's safe haven, and I need this knight for that to happen, so... Okay. Do I want to play this? Allowing captures? I think I do. I don't think they should capture. It gives them this file, but it lets my queen get involved, which surely they can't be happy about. And so instead, I create an outpost there that I could allow a bishop into at some stage. I'm not taking with the knight, I'm taking with the queen. Because the knight has to watch over g6. It's my bishop's only safe space. Actually, it's not a safe space. It is. Because the knight can attack, but the rook can't. If the rook ever tries to attack that, well... Suppose rook h7, bishop g6, rook h6. Where does my bishop go then? Back here? They could go back with the rook. And I don't... Oh, hang on. I've missed a move that's been good for a while now. I should have ignored that. I should have played bishop takes e6. Check. The knight is guarding that as well. Okay, but I don't have to do it now. It's not going anywhere. They can't defend that pawn. And actually, it might be a trap. Because takes... Yeah, I wondered about that. Takes here. Now the bishop is kind of out of places to go, but he is defended, I guess. Yeah, okay, so we're doing this without check, apparently. But we're winning the base of their pawn chain, which weakens this. Should be very lovely. We can maybe try to coordinate this attack. I want to look in the database to see how many times that opening pawn storm has ever happened. It's got to be like 0 times, even in the Lichess database, right? I don't know. Maybe not 0. Okay. How are you going to add another attacker, though? My bishop is perfectly happy where he is, I think. Can I do something against this rook? Only if I move this knight, in which case, boop. So let's not. I wonder, like, I don't know. What about this? Oops. No, that's illegal. This. Pawn c5. I know the letters and numbers are written here, but they're kind of small for me. I can only barely see them. And anyway, I should be like just I'm trying to get in the habit of like knowing what the square is by looking at it. c5. Obviously, you can like it's funny, like, does anyone else have trouble with F, G, and H? A through E, I know they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Above that, I'm like, what letter is 6? So I always have to, when I get to F, G, and H, I have to stop and think. Anyway, trying to break down the base of my pawn chain. And if I don't take, then they push again to c4, attacking my queen. So I think what that means is I should take, right? If they push. And they're just losing a pawn, because I have a bishop guarding it as well. Just try not to blunder any pieces, and we'll be okay. The funny thing is, actually, that getting to f5 is not safety for my bishop. I think the safest... What? That just means that when I take c5, your rook is under attack again. Where are you going? Here to attack the bishop? I honestly, I think that e6 is the safest square on the board for him. I'm going to grab this pawn and then go back. There's a knight guarding him, and he, like, can't be attacked. And then my knight is perfectly safe here. I mean, I don't know. My bishop is currently being defended by the queen. Okay. This seems great to me. We're attacking the rook. We're attacking the bishop. I pointed them in the wrong order. We have checks. I wonder if they maybe didn't see my queen there? Surely they had some plan for me recapturing. We're attacking this pawn? Yeah. But so, knight here... doesn't quite work. They have rook to h6 to get out of it. So what about queen check? Then this knight move. Now if they try rook h6, I pick up the bishop. And if they try any other rook move, I pick up the rook. I don't think that knight can do anything to me. Oh, he is guarding the bishop, though. So this is not so exciting. But the thing is, it attacks the rook as well. It's still good. If the rook moves to get out of the attack, fine. Oh, the bishop is guarded by both rooks. But okay, we still get to trade, which is all I could really ask for, I think. And then they bring a rook here, and my queen is going to have to retreat a little. So probably takes, so that I don't have this on my way out. And then I'll get out on this diagonal. I don't know, though. This might be overcommitting a little bit, trying to get this knight move in. I think rook here, right? Oh. This might not be working. Oh no, rook here is... The bishop's got that square. I see. The rook can't go anywhere. Here the queen gets him, here the queen gets him, here the bishop gets him. And if nowhere, the knight gets him. Just double checking, anything better than taking it? I have plenty of time. I think taking the bishop is better. No, because the rook takes and my queen has to run. And then this rook has a chance to get away. So we just take here, and then they get this, which is fine. Pile up on the pinned knight seems pretty cool. The bishop threatens to get here, which is like a good invasive square for him, but all the action is over on black side of the board. That they need to be defending. And this doesn't even really attack anything. One bishop by himself isn't going to do anything to my pawns. I can just like go here, for example. Or do nothing and then eventually go there. Okay. They're trying to defend. I think knight here, right? I want to attack the knight again. Then suppose king here? Try to chase away the knight? He can't. The knight is guarded by a pawn. This is attacked 3 times, defended twice. I think this is good. Now, which piece do we take with? The pawn? Or the knight? I think the knight. Because then I want to have a move like this someday. Like, either they retake and I capture threatening promotion, or they don't retake and I just drop the knight with this push. Well, actually, maybe that sucks. Because then they take here, and if I push, they get to trade rook for queen. I get another queen, but I think I can do better than this. For example, just run away with the knight and then push. Yeah. Here, I guess, would be where to run away to. Or here. Maybe here, control more... No, it doesn't control any bishop squares. I don't know. Control the kingside, queenside pawns. Prevent this push. Also keep in mind, this move is coming with a check when I move the knight. So what do I do with that? Where does the king want to go, and how do I stop him? Well, I want to get a rook here. This check, pawn push. Yeah, just get my knight somewhere safe, right? Anywhere safe. Here's fine. Because it's guarded by the pawn. Check. King moves, let's say, here. And then push. Rook can't go here because the knight would return. Oops, wrong order. Almost. I guess after this push, they should run the rook over to like a8 or something, so that they don't lose the rook until I promote, and at least they get to take a pawn for it. We might win on time. I think it's only happened once on the channel before, right? Okay, similar move, I think. I don't see anything better than just promoting. And then the queen and the knight should have something over here, I think, right? Yeah. We're threatening something like this, for example. That's mate in 1, right? Check. This is Anastasia's mate? No, it's not. I don't know what it is. It's just the knight's not even involved, is he? Yeah, we'll just take the checkmate. Okay, we didn't win on time. Yeah. So let's look in that opening database, huh? So I know there are some games, right? How do I... Okay, the master's database is gone. But the Lichess database is not, I believe. Or not gone, but much of it is gone. So King's Pawn, French defense, Knight variation, sure. It says that was bad. I grabbed some center, which, by the way, by far the top move. That's nice. Bad move again, and now it says Bishop d3 almost never happens. Well, I don't know. Nothing ever happens in this line. This just never occurs. Rarely, right? It's only happened like 100 times less. This is fine though. Oh, it hates this. Oh, and no one has ever played this pawn move. It's never happened on Lichess. Amazing. It says just develop again, but I wanted to go here. Why am I don't know, defending that? I wanted to keep my center pawns. Anyway, we played the French defense. Or we played against the French defense. It says this knight move was okay. And it says this bishop move was a blunder? I'm plus 5.4 now, and I should just start trading pawns? I didn't really want to do that. So this is a blunder. And then by castling, I make it a little worse. This was a mistake for them, apparently. Yeah, bishop here is pretty much the only move. And they're supposed to just leave my bishop stranded there. That knight move gave me time, apparently. Why is this bishop move so much better? I still have this, don't I? I don't understand why that bishop move is so much better than the knight move. Anyway, I attacked the queen, and then I spent a while attacking the queen again. It says this bishop move was now bad. And this was all fine. It doesn't like this pawn push. But from here, it's all basically over. It says you should go for the checkmate at this point instead of trying to win the rook, but this seemed pretty good to me. Yeah, there was some checkmate over here already, apparently. Check. Here. Check. Here. How do I cover this square? What is the checkmate here? This looks like the obvious start. Only one legal move. You follow up with this. Only one legal move. And then? Like, it was made in 3, right? So this should be made in 1, unless I made a wrong move already. But there isn't a made in 1 that I see here. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. In either case, king goes there. Well, if here or here, just take the queen. Or with the pawn or the king. So it would have to be a non-queen move then. This isn't it, I don't think, because again, king here. The only 2 pawn checks are this, in which case here, or this, in which case here. So apparently we made a mistake already trying to find this mate in 1 and 3. I mean, mate in 3, huh? It has to be the queen and the knight. There's no time to promote and then give checkmate. And this is the only forceful queen move at all. Everything else is bad. So queen here. This should be made in 2. Only legal move. Now apparently this is wrong, because we tried it and found that we don't have mate in 1. Or sorry, this is wrong, because we tried that. Is this better somehow? I don't think so. It doesn't give the queen any better moves, I don't think. Oh, how funny. Look at this. Now, the king could take. In which case, I guess I don't have checkmate, so maybe that's not so great. I was thinking, though, if bishop takes, now this is checkmate, because the king can't get here anymore. So, maybe we need to prepare this first? But then, if bishop takes, and we push here, that's our 3 moves. We're out of time to get the mate in 3. What about this? Then there's still a bishop move to save the checkmate, right? Ah, what about just this to cut off the king's escape here? Pawn here. Now what does the king do? There are no legal king moves. And nothing is stopping queen here. Or indeed, well, queen here could be stopped by a rook defend. But yeah, okay. So now they do this, whatever. And we get this checkmate. That's the mate in 3. Got to interject a pawn move, right? Here, 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 here. Do anything, it says. Ah, this is another reason we have to go here. Oh, pawn takes his checkmate too? Because of the rook discovery. How cool is that? Okay, but this is nicer. It's always nice to be snuggled up next to a queen. All right, now let's go review mistakes. One blunder, which apparently was that bishop move here. And I didn't see what move it wanted me to play, I don't think. Oh, no, it wanted me to take the pawn. I didn't want to start inviting, like, pieces to come forward capturing my pawn. Like, why is this so great? It says queen takes. Okay. I guess it makes room for my knight to get to this excellent square where he can do some damage somehow. And we have like this coming up maybe? Let's say they try to develop. Oh. Queen, even more brutal than this bishop. Check. Again, nothing can block. H4. Says they take. I guess we're just getting more pieces activated and in their house, basically. We start chasing the queen around. Oof. We pick up stuff like this. It actually says don't bother taking the rook. Oh, okay, so taking the rook is just barely better. And then pin the knight. Oh my god. But I mean, like, I feel like... This was a blunder, but I don't understand why. I guess the reason is that you don't want to give that check with a bishop, where you have no particular follow-up. I was just like, oh, I'll take away castling rights. But Stockfish is saying, no, 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 you have an attack. Take here to give yourself a way to get the knight out of the way so that the queen can come in. The knight is also, like, super helpful here. He's not just getting out of the way, he's going to a dream square. And Black, who has cleared out almost their entire second rank for piece development, is suddenly finding some of those spaces removed. And then you can swing in with the queen to give the same check. Black's still never going to castle, but you broke open a hole in their pawn structure to bring pieces in through. Okay. Review Black mistakes. No, thank you. All right, let's. I know it's like not been a short video, but I wanted to do a puzzle storm before I go to bed. Okay, I'm white, so check and pick up the bishop. Does this do anything? Wait a minute. Is this checkmate? Yes. Check. Win the rook. Check. Mate. Check and win the rook. Oh. Check and win the rook. And checkmate, actually, I guess. Check and win the bishop. Is this anything? I don't think so. There's not really any knight moves. Oh, take the knight and then pin the rook. Take the knight and then the rook? Check. Mate? Check and then bring in the queen? Check and win the knight. Win the rook. Check and win the bishop. Yeah, the bishop is there supporting. Check. Forces king here, and then mate. Check, the bishop is pinned, and then win the rook. Two rooks. Check? Does this do something? Forces king here. Then what? Ah, then we fork. Checkmate? Check, bishop block, mate. Check. And then what? Promote? With mate. Queen check, mate. Ooh. I don't see anything right now. Here? No. Win the knight? Check. Ah, 25, new record! New record! Okay. Failed no puzzles, had some slow ones. But, you know, it was worth it to keep the accuracy high. I only had 3 seconds for this last one, so I just went with something that looked good. Didn't really vet it, but I didn't see the king getting away. I didn't notice the knight was covering here, but I figured we would have some follow-up. And it was really the only forceful move I have. I guess there's this. But then king there, and it's not clear what the right follow-up would be. This is no good because the queen's guarding. Here, 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 I guess? I don't know. King escapes. There's not really any follow-up. Yeah, I mean, like most puzzles, why don't I have... Oh, no, just show me the solution. Like most puzzles, there's only really one good move. Yeah. Alright, sure, good puzzle, whatever. Alright, well, a new high score. I've made more moves before, like 50-something. I had shorter, or a smaller number of longer puzzles in that game, I guess. Alright, well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.